So when a person sees, and I'm gonna get a little bit into the research and the due diligence here, just a little bit, because I'm leading that way. And I may even hold that for the next one so Brian can show us that automation that hedge funds and those big guys are using, how to strategize and do the due diligence. But is that why sometimes when you go and you're looking, you're doing the research on the property and you realize, wait a minute, this property was in a tax deed auction for the last 4 years in a row. Someone else bought it, right? Then another tax bill comes out. And so the person who bought that lien should be responsible for paying the first lien, but they don't pay it. So that goes to auction. So you have 3 or 4 people owning a lien or deed. Well, that won't be a deed. It would be a lien in this case. And then so now you got 4 people standing on top of this lien, all wanting some sort of interest rate out of it, right? Is that where that confusion happens? Is that how that all comes out?
Yeah. So if they don't pay their subs, so say someone does pay that delinquency, and then the next year, New Jersey's great, has this process, and they don't pay the next year's sub payment basically, or the next year's delinquency, someone else can come into the sale and buy it. So it does get messy. I think that's part of, as your investor, it's kind of a bonus. Like once you buy that delinquency, if you stay on top of it, like, hey, I in some cases, there are some places that give you first right to that, but that's pretty rare. That's pretty rare. You have to be the one that's doing the research to see if that's going to come up delinquent. Sometimes you can pay that preemptively. That's pretty rare. But for the most part, again, I use the word most, it is your job to know whether or not your lien that you've purchased, the parcel that you've purchased that lien on, is gone delinquent again, and you have to purchase that sub. Wow. Now you can file it before tax sale, though. That's kind of one of that places that you can actually pay that before it hits the tax sale. But if you don't, that county will be putting it on tax sale.
But you won't get the interest on that, right? I'm sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Sorry.
You made a good point, Rachel. Go ahead.
That varies by state, though, too. And there's, Florida, which is very popular as well. They don't give investors the right to buy that sub. I mean, every lien is put up to the highest bidder, if you want to call it that. It's, bid down state, but is put up every year, and so it's not uncommon to have a very good property that has up to 7 years of different lien holders.
Wow.
On it. Now, most states, like Rach said, Illinois, New Jersey, most states give the prior lien holder the chance to pay those taxes before they go to sale. So it's kind of again, it all comes back to how that state operates.